Yeah.
Good morning, Randy. Thank you for having me here. So whether you work with an interior designer or a general contractor, you learn fairly quickly that no homes are exactly the same, and neither are the budgets, right? So the market as it stands is heavily diluted with all sorts of items with tremendous marginal range of quality and price. Therefore, finding what you're looking for can become pretty overwhelming process. On top of excavating the price, you should be willing to pay for those items. So where to start? You have to do your research. The due diligence is very important here. The painful truth about this, it takes profound amount of time and energy to figure out what you will need and what you're looking for. This is a very important distinction, what you need and what you're looking for. So whether it's working on a makeover of the kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, or a complete renovation, you must be prepared to know what items can go into each room, which features are included at every price point, right? If you are lucky enough to work with an interior designer, they will preset you with master lists of items that you would need and determine not only what materials or furnishings you would need, but what items are you overlooked. Many times in my profession, I meet clients and they said, okay, I got my tile on I got my contractor, we're ready to rock and roll, right? And it's not like this. Have you thought about your glass enclosure? Does your glass enclosure have only doors, or does it have 3 sides? That's a huge price difference.
And then do you sit with them and do a budget with them?
Yes.
Line by line?
Yes, line by line. We have preset master lists, and we go line by line. How much did you want to spend? Did you need one downspout? Did you need shower head? Did you need the downspout from the side? Do you need a handheld?
Now, do you pick out all the plumbing, the fixtures, and all that for them, or would you sit down there with their budget and they pick it out?
Well, it all depends on the program they want to work with. Some people are really oriented on what they want to do and what their style is, because there's more to interior design and general construction than the budget. There's a style and, longevity, timelessness, and stuff like this. But in general, we start with the master lists. And then when we show people, a list of 40 items that can be included in the bathroom, they're like, whoa, I've never thought of that.
Wow, that's amazing. I love that.
It could be very overwhelming.
It
so
is.
I need to have you guide me. If there's 40 options, please narrow this down to 5 for me.
Well,
that's what I would tell you.
Well, you really,
because you're going to interview me and know me.
Well, you really can't, because when you come to me and I say, Natalia, I have a tile and faucets and I need you to put it all together, my first question is gonna be like, did you think about what you're gonna putting on your threshold in the shower, right?
Oh, okay.
Is it tiled or is it a slab of
and you'll put
granite?
all the colors together for them, the material
That's later.
recommended? Oh,
but
okay.
we always start from budgeting, and we always start from what people can afford, and more importantly, what they need, because sometimes people are looking for features like saunas and steam showers, but when we get to the nitty gritty, and then there are cabinet pulls, there are vanities, there are faucets, there are sinks, there are mirrors, there are lights, there's shelving, there are thresholds. So when you pinpoint your master list, and then what items you need to budget, then how much your project is going to cost in reality, and it's going to help you tremendously. But what you have to take under consideration is also budget the unforeseen. Always leave budget for the unexpected expenses, whether it is you're upgrading the stuff that you're purchasing. All of a sudden you heard somewhere that you can save your water usage, right? And then you come to your designer and you ask, like, what kind of faucet can I use so I don't use so much water in my house? And then there are faucets that will use less than a gallon per minute, right? And but there's going to be a significant upcharge on a price, so it's going to change your budget. But speaking of the unexpected expenses, if it's a structural work, unless the contractor opens up the walls, nobody knows what's inside, right? So it's very important to have that 15-20% cushion, just in case something unexpected happens.
And I was just going to say, what are you recommending today? Because on the commercial side, most lenders historically have required a 10% contingency in projects, but now I'm seeing them putting in 15-20% because of this inflation and all these costs going up. I mean, are you finding your budgets are changing materially over 2 or 3 months for these projects, or are you able to build enough contingency in? And
well, the times are so unexpected, and they're like, after COVID, everything changed. We're looking at I mean, I know that everybody is saying that there's a 6% inflation, but what we've seen is a 30-40% of inflation, speaking only about 2x4s, but yes, you have to be very careful, especially now. You have to budget very carefully because these price changes, they fluctuate on daily basis.
There's no guarantee.
With someone who knows what he's doing, and he has or she has relationships with vendors that they work for 20 years. When they get pricing, the vendor guarantees those prices for a certain amount of time. Whether when you go and budget something with somebody you don't know, your price may change in a matter of seconds.
But even the vendors, I don't even think they can guarantee the price, and just whatever stock they have, because they don't know how much their next shipment's going to be. Now, my husband, for the big development that he's doing, all the bids that he had last year, because the project took a little bit longer because of zoning, they all have to rebid. Right. Because all those bids changed dramatically.
Yeah, it could happen. But many times when you work with vendors for many years, you're able to, establish a price that they're going to kind of guarantee for at least 30, 60 days.
Listening to you, I want to reassure everybody listening. A lot of people freak out if they have to hire an interior architect, interior designer, but I'm telling you right now, you're going to be able to do a lot more for your house than you thought you could, because it's not going to be as expensive as you think it is. And Natalia has been doing this for so long, she can really get more for your house when you sell it, or have peace of mind when you're living there, right? You're eliminating the stress.
No, and I agree. I mean, I see it on the commercial side all the time. People try to cut corners and do it themselves, and they end up burned because they don't know how to deal with this stuff that comes up. They under budget. They don't get guaranteed pricing. They can't find contractors that will stick with it and do the work. I mean, if you've got 20-year relationships, so I highly recommend hiring a professional.
Absolutely.
You will save it in costs.
And then more importantly, without the optimal preparation, the budget and the process will become a costly trial and error. And then you simply don't have money for that, right?
And Natalia, this is great information, and I know there's a lot of listeners that couldn't take notes quick enough because maybe they're driving, but they want to get a hold of you. How can they get a hold of you after the show?
Yes, so the company is called NZ Design and Associates. We are an interior design firm with the general construction division. We are licensed in the city of Chicago and vicinity. I am a motivated, resourceful interior designer, and you can reach me at 312-863-9646.
One more time on the number?
312-863-9646, or you can visit our website at NZ Designs for Life. Why? Because your designs have to be timeless, and then you have to have return on every buck that you